जब पूरा शरीर बिल्कुल स्थिर और शांत हो जाए तो अपने ध्यान को श्वास प्रश्वास पे लाएं। When you feel your body is completely steady and calm, then bring your awareness to your breath. Watch your breath. Watch your inhalation and exhalation and intervals between them. आप श्वास छोड़ रहे हैं, श्वास ले रहे हैं, इन दोनों के बीच के अंतराल के प्रति भी सजग बने। Focus on the breath interval. When your focus increases on intervals, you will feel your awareness on eyebrow center increases naturally. जब आप श्वासांतराल पर अपने ध्यान को केंद्रित करते हैं तो आप गौर कीजिए, भ्रूमध्य पर आपका ध्यान प्राकृतिक रूप से चला आएगा। श्वास लीजिए और छोड़िए और श्वास के बीच के अंतराल पर फोकस होइए और नेचुरली अपने ध्यान को भ्रूमध्य पर आने दीजिए। जब आपका ध्यान भ्रूमध्य पर आ जाए तब कल्पना कीजिए कि आप भ्रूमध्य से बहुत सारा प्रकाश अपने अंदर लेते हैं और आपका पूरा चिदाकाश, आपका पूरा मस्तिष्क प्रकाश से भरता जाता है। When your awareness naturally developed in eyebrow center, then focus on eyebrow center and visualize you are breathing in from the eyebrow center, and you are breathing in lot of light, luminosity inside your head, the Chidakash, and your head become more and more luminous with every breath. प्रत्येक श्वास जो आप भ्रूमध्य से लेते हैं वो आपके मस्तिष्क को और रोशनी से भरता जाता है, जैसे आपका पूरा सिर मानो रोशनी से भर गया हो। Keep this luminosity in your visualization. We will chant 3 Om all together. अपने सिर के प्रकाश को अपनी कल्पना में बनाए रखें और 3 बार ओम मंत्र का उच्चारण साथ साथ करेंगे। लंबा गहरा श्वास लीजिए। टेक डीप ब्रेथ इन। ओ Santipa together. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now rub your palms, then place your palms over your eyes and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Today we are talking about the Rishi Kashyap and with this Rishi Kashyap, we are going to tell you the story. We already discussed some story, and if you can see here, can you see this PPT? PPT दिखाई पड़ रही है? Okay, but it is in Hindi, so well, I will translate it into English. So in this PPT, I talked about Rishi Kashyap, the story of Rishi Kashyap in his childhood, and I already explained it in last few sessions about the birth of Rishi Kashyap, his mother and father, and he became the Acharya of Ayurveda, Shilp, architect, Vyakaran, the grammar, and the Chand, the poetry. Now, I would like to tell you the story of his family life, the Grihast life. That time, it is believed that when Kashyap was alive, as I already told that he is a legendary person. He is half deity and half human. Nobody knows whether he is a human or not. Maybe he is a deity. He was a deity. And in the creation of the world, there is a important role of Maharshi Kashyap in creation of the earth. That's why we believe him as a half god, half deity. So I will tell you the mythological stories, and then I will explain you the mystery or the science or the real things behind it. Because this story is kept in the mind because we cannot understand the science and basic philosophy behind all those stories. So we keep remembering the stories to keep the mystery part here. So first, let me tell you the story, then I will explain the mystery part, the science or philosophy part little later. So the Rishi Kashyap is supposed to be an important deity. As I told you that he created many creatures. He was not only one in all Shaptarishis, but from him, the various deities, demons, animals, birds, snake, reptiles, many things came out as the son and daughters of Rishi Kashyap. Let me explain it in Hindi. दक्ष प्रजापति का काल है, और जिस समय पृथ्वी पर सभ्यताएं बन रही थी, उन सभ्यताओं के समय महर्षि कश्यप, जो सृष्टि निर्माता, जो ब्रह्मा के मानस पुत्रों में आते हैं और सृष्टि का निर्माण करने में सहयोग करते हैं, उसमें ऐसा बताया जाता है कि अ, प्रजापति दक्ष की अनेक कन्याओं का विवाह ऋषि कश्यप से हुआ। और आप इस पीपीटी में देख सकते हैं, जैसे आदिति, दिति, धनु, काष्ठा, अरिष्टा, सुरसा, डला, ईला, मुनि, क्रोधवशा, ताम्रा, सुरभि, सुरसा, तिमि, वनिता, कद्रुप, पतांगी, यामिनी, ये सारी उनकी पत्नियों का नाम है। और इनसे भांति भांति का सृजन हुआ। नाउ लेट मी ट्रांसलेट इन इंग्लिश। This is the story when Prajapati Daksh, as a king of this world, was there, and Lord Brahma wanted to create the various different animals, different creatures in the world. At that time, the king Daksh has several daughters married with Rishi Kashyap, and then from Rishi Kashyap, various son and daughter as different creatures of this earth came up. So I'll just tell you few important wives of Kashyap. I'll explain you a little later what does wife means, what does daughter means. It's a mysterious words, but you can see here the main wives of Rishi Kashyap is Aditi, Diti, Danu, Kastha, Arista, Sursa, Muni, Todvasha, Tamra, Surbhi, Timi, Vanita, Kadru, Patangi, and Yamini. These are the names of the wives. Some of them say he has 17 wives. Some says more than 30 wives. In different scholars, there are the varieties of understanding about the Rishi Kashyap and his wives. But at least what I am giving you here, it is common in all. The first one, the Aditi. The Aditi is always, we say, number one, the wife of Kashyap. And she is the mother of deities. Very interesting. All deities we know mostly born by Aditi, including Aditya, Indra, Vishnu, and many others. So even the sun, even the sun, even the Indra, even the Varun, even the Arun, you will surprise to know the different names of the deities. So 12 आदित्य होते हैं। मैं थोड़ा सा देवताओं का मिस्ट्री आप लोग के सामने सॉल्व करता हूं। क्या ये देवता ह्यूमन है? आर दीज डेटीज आर ह्यूमन? लेट अंडरस्टैंड अ लिटिल। आई ओपन सम मिस्ट्री ऑफ द डेटीज। हमारे पुण्य कर्म, जब हम अपने पुण्य को जमा करते हैं, तो जो अच्छे कर्म जमा करते हैं, हमारे पुण्य से देवताओं का या देवत्व का उत, की उत्पत्ति होता है, उससे देवता उत्पन्न होते हैं। ठीक है। तो अदिति का मतलब होता है पुण्य का संचय। ठीक है। जब आप पुण्य कर्म करते हो तो जो पुण्य का संचय है वही देवता होता है। उसी तरह से जब हम पापों का संचय करते हैं तो वो असुर या दैत्य कहलाते हैं। असुर या दैत्य क्या है? हमारे पापों का संचय है। वो संचय अपने आप में एक कॉस्मिक स्वरूप लेता है। ये कलेक्टिव कॉन्शियसनेस है, याद रखना। ये कोई पर्सनल मेरा या आपका नहीं है। जैसे मान लो अहंकार है, घमंड है, ईर्ष्या है, ये हम सब इंसानों का कलेक्टिव कर्मा, जो कलेक्टिव पाप है, वो दैत्य या असुरों को उत्पन्न करते हैं। बड़ा गंभीरता से मेरी बात सुनना। उसी प्रकार से जो हमारे जीवन के अच्छे कर्म है, पुण्य है, जो वर्च्यूज है, वो कलेक्टिवली, वो एक साथ मिलकर के अलग अलग देवताओं को उत्पन्न करता है। उसी को दिति और अदिति कहते हैं। ठीक है। लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इन द इंग्लिश बिकॉज दीज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड। वॉट एवर द गुड karmas we do, the good energies we vibrate in our life, they collectively, not any personal individual, but collectively, they create deities. Similarly, when we do any wrong karma, wrong vibration, we create negative vibrations, then demons come from it. Demon or deities are not like we, something like human being or creature. They're not creature, but they came out from human karma or human vibrations. We as a collective consciousness, when I say collective consciousness, it covers all creatures in the world. All creatures in the world collectively create the deities and demons, which is known as Diti and Aditi in Sanskrit, as a wives of Kashyap. Two basic, the main wives of Kashyap is Diti and Aditi. From Diti, the demons come, and Aditi, the deities came. And this is what the punya and pap of the virtue and curse of our life. Now, let me come to the third one. Very interesting third one. Danu. The third wife name is Danu. Now, some you can ask that, well, what is difference between the Asur and Danav, or Daitya and Danav? Daitya and Danav are different. Asur and Daitya are same. Asur and Daitya are synonym. But Daitya and Danav, or Asur or Danav, are different. Similarly, Rakshas is different. Gandharva is different. Yakshas are different. Kinnars are different. So you do not intermix the Kinnar, Vanar, Raksh, Yaksh, Danav. They all are different. What are they? They are similar to Homo sapiens. From Homo sapiens, human being came out. At the earlier time, few thousands years, in a back history, also now historians believe that we have many proofs that there are some species very similar to Homo sapiens called Neanderthals, Java, Ramapithecus. Okay, Ramapithecus. So there are different species, creatures very similar to Homo sapiens. So these are called the Danu, the Daitya, the Rakshas, Gandharva, or the Kinnars, or the Vanars. You see, the story of Bali and Tara, or Sugriv, they are not the human. Some people believe they are the monkeys. No, they are not monkeys. They are a similar creature as Homo sapiens. So these creatures exist in a past. They have marriage relationship with the Homo sapiens also. There are so many stories where the Vanar married with the human, or in Mahabharata also, the Bhim married with the Hidamba, a Raksh princess, Rakshas princess Hidimba. The Bhim married with her. So in earlier days, we have a marriage relationship between these species. But the interesting part here, what I want to tell you here, the Kashyap is the father of all. That is quite interesting, as Kashyap is the father of all. I it very interesting to tell you some very hidden part or mysteries. You take few example of the demons, very famous example. We always see, actually the demon word in English is very different meaning, but I do not any other word for the Daitya. I don't know the proper English for the Daitya or Asur for in English, but I thought maybe demon is the right word. But I tell you, very important role of the Daitya or Asur, or so-called demon, in the creation. It is important role of creation. They are not always negative. They're very important role play in our creation. For example, Kashyap and Hiranaksh, there is a word, Hiranya. From here, I think the mythologies of Bible is different from us, from Sanatan mythology. Here we have a basic difference. You see the word Hiranya. There are the three words which is very common in the Purans. The Kashyap, bit of the word Hiranya. Kashyap, Hiranaksh, and Hiranyagarbha. There is a three word from the Hiranya, isn't it? So, you know what is the meaning of Hiranya? Hiranya means a luminous, a golden, something from there light comes, the life comes. Light and the life comes. That is called Hiranya. That's why when we talk about the Hiranyagarbha, we say that Hiranyagarbha, from all consciousness as a creatures came from the Hiranyagarbha. Now these words are important. That's why I am want to talk on this part. Let me talk in Hindi first. आप इस शब्द को देखिए, हिरण्य, हिरण्य गर्भ, जो जो ब्रह्मा के लिए कहा जाता है, हिरण्याक्ष और हिरण्य कश्यप, और हमारे अवतारों में इन सब का रोल है. आपको हिरण्याक्ष का स्टोरी बताते हैं। ये वही हिरणाक्ष है जो पृथ्वी को पानी में डुबा दिया और वाराह अवतार लेते हैं। भगवान विष्णु वाराह अवतार लेते हैं और डूबे हुए पृथ्वी को बाहर निकालते हैं, हिरणाक्ष का वध करते हैं। इसमें कुछ मजेदार बात आपको बताते हैं जो इस कहानी को बहुत अलग तरीके से आप समझ पाओगे। किसी समय में जो चेतना थी, जब पृथ्वी में क्रिएचर्स नहीं थे, सबसे पहले जो क्रिएचर्स डेवलप हुआ, प्रोटोजोन, जो उसको आप जिससे अमीबा वगैरह विकसित हुआ, एल्गस एंड प्रोटोजोन, ये दो प्रजातियां सबसे पहले समुद्र में उत्पन्न हुई। एल्गस और प्रोटोजोन, ये विज्ञान से भी सिद्ध है, विज्ञान भी इसको सिद्ध मानता है। और ये समुद्र के बहुत गहरे तल में था। ये चेतना ऊपर नहीं आ पा रही थी। क्यों नहीं आ पा रही थी? ये जो चेतना थी ऊपर इसलिए नहीं आ पा रही थी क्योंकि इसी प्रोटोजोआ से एक ऐसी समुद्री जीव का विकास हुआ जिसको कहते हैं समुद्री घोड़ा, जिसका चेहरा हॉर्स की तरह होता है और पूंछ रहता है ऐसा। वो समुद्र के भीतर, उसको संस्कृत में बोलते हैं हयग्रीव। हयग्रीव मतलब जिसका धड़ घोड़े की तरह हो, हयग्रीव कहते हैं। आपको कथा में याद होगा कि हयग्रीव का वध करते हैं भगवान विष्णु जब वो पृथ्वी को ऊपर ला रहे थे। हयग्रीव का वध करते हैं, यानी कि जब चेतना समुद्र के गहरे, कई किलोमीटर गहरे में दबी पड़ी थी, मछलियों का जन्म नहीं हुआ था, अब हयग्रीव मारा जाता है, हयग्रीव का अंत होता है। ये पहले अवतार की हम कहानी सुना रहे हैं आपको। हयग्रीव का अंत होता है, तब चेतना जो प्रोटोजोन थी ऊपर उठती है और हयग्रीव से, यानी कि ये जो हॉर्स फिश है, उससे बड़े फिश जो ऊपर पानी के ऊपर तैर सकते थे, उनका विकास होता है। यानी मछली का पहला अवतार होता है। मछली पहला अवतार है। जब मछली को आप पहला अवतार मानती हो, नहीं, चेतना ने गहरे स्तर से, हिरण्य, हिरण्य गर्भ का मतलब होता है, हिरण्य का मतलब होता है जो प्रोटोजोन का वो लेयर जो गोल्डन या जो चमकीला, जो लुमिनस हो, जिसमें प्राण हो। हिरण्य कहा जाता है सेल का जो साइटोप्लाज्मा होता है, उसको बायोलॉजी में, हिंदी में हिरण्य कहा जाता है। मजेदार बात है, उसको हिरण्य कहा जाता है। अब ये जो साइटोप्लाज्मा है, जो सेल में होता है, जो प्रोटोजोन में हुआ, और वो चेतनागत रूप से विकसित होकर मछली बनी। कब मछली बनी? जब हयग्रीव का नाश होता है। मत्स्य अवतार के पुराने जो भी मूर्तियां आप देखिए, उसमें आप देखेंगे कि मत्स्य अवतार में एक लंबे से सर्प को भगवान वध कर रहे हैं। मत्स्य के अवतार में ये सर्प क्या? ये डीएनए स्ट्रक्चर है, ये गुणसूत्र है। ये गुणसूत्रों को तोड़, भगवान गुणसूत्रों को तोड़ करके प्रोटोजोन से मछली की ओर विकसित कर रहे हैं चेतना को। आप जब ये अवतार का अर्थ समझेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि ये मछली जो है वो पहला डेवलपमेंट है कॉन्शियसनेस का एज अ क्रिएचर। तो अब लेट मी स्पीक इन इंग्लिश, अदरवाइज many thing will be, I forget to translate it. Very interesting part. In cell there is a cytoplasm. When the Srishti created, it came from the two different varieties of cell, protozoa called protozoan and the algus, the algae. Okay. protozoa and algae. And algae's plant kingdom came, and from the protozoa, the animal kingdom came. And now protozoa, the cytoplasm is called in Sanskrit Hiranya, which is lightening, which is shining, which can create the life. That's what it is called, Hiranya. So Hiranya Aksha, the nucleus of the cytoplasm, Hiranyaksh, it is called Hiranyaksh. Now, the story is when life was in very deep of the ocean, and when life comes, cannot float in a upper level of ocean, then first thing what happened, there is a story of Hayagreev is there. Hayagreev is what? The horse head, the person with the horse head, Hayagreev. It is said that in the first incarnation of Lord Vishnu, he killed the Hayagreev, or Hayagreev get killed. Hayagreev is that animal which lives, that animal creature which lives inside, very deep inside the ocean. Only in few days it comes up, and scientists came to know in 80s about it. It was hidden because they always live in a very deep of the ocean. Very recently, scientists came to know about it, and they know because Hayagreev not allow the protozoan to come up on the surface. So the killing of Hayagreev was important. The horsefish was important. And the story says that in the first incarnation, he kills the Hayagreev. And then a new creatures as a fish came up. So first incarnation of Lord Vishnu is a fish. Fish creature came up with the killing of Hayagreev. And the story of Hiranyaksh is the cytoplasm, and the center of the cytoplasm is the nucleus of the cell, nucleus of the animal cell. Now, Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh, I will tell you the story in detail when I talk on the incarnation part of Lord Vishnu. Then you will find out the science behind it, because the rishis know how the development of whole earth came up. So he explained how the fish come to the animals which is in water, also in the reptiles which is on the land and sea and the ocean both. And then there is only the Kashyap, that is the turtle. Turtle is both in a water, in a sea also. The second incarnation of Vishnu is turtle. You see, a creature which can live in a sea also as a fish, and in a land also as a like turtle. The second incarnation is Kashyap, the turtle, which live in a sea also, in a land also. And the third incarnation is Varaha. The story when I was telling, when the earth came inside the water, and then in the Varaha avatar, totally the life came up on the land. The Vara cannot live in the water. Just think about why this story, Vara take out the life of the water. Vara can't live inside the water. Vara cannot go in a deep of ocean. जरा आप सोचो, वाराह अवतार में भगवान को बनाना ही था तो कुछ और स्टोरी बना देते। वो पुराणकार वाराह ही क्यों बनाया? वाराह तो लैंड पे रहता है। यानी कि उसने जीवन को पानी से निकालकर पृथ्वी पर स्थापित किया। जीवन को पानी से निकालकर पृथ्वी पर स्थापित किया। जो चेतना पानी में पानी में और भीतर पानी में थी, उसको उसने लैंड पे जीवन लगाया, इसीलिए वाराह नाम दिया गया। So there are so many mystical things hidden in these mythologies. So when you go to stories, you see one by one growth of the consciousness through the fish to the turtle and to the vara, to the what is the English of vara? Can
Boar,
anybody
the
say me
white
the
boar.
English of?
The wild boar.
Wild boar. Wild boar is the English of Vara. So you can see in the incarnation. So this is the slow growth of consciousness. Consciousness is growing from the fish to the turtle, turtle to the Vara, the wild boar. And then from it, it developed into the Vaman avatar when humans are very short. And then from Vaman, it developed to Parshuram. How you see how a development of consciousness is going on. So just not take a story as a story. Many things are hidden behind it. Yes, one incarnation left. Sorry, I left the incarnation of Narsimha, the half animal and half man, Narsimha. After Varaha, the fourth one is Narsimha. The head of lion and rest of the body is human. The body is growing, developing, but mind is still animal. And the consciousness, the growth of consciousness is the level when mind is just an animal, the head is just animal, and the whole body is developed as a human. Human is the best development of the consciousness. Consciousness can grow up to the human. Human is the best part of the best development of the consciousness. And to at the level of it, it goes through 9 different incarnations. Now we are waiting for the 10th incarnation, that is the Kalki. But the human consciousness gone through these different stages. अलग अलग स्टेजेस पे विकसित हुआ. पहले पानी के अंदर मछली के रूप में विकसित हुआ दिमाग. वो एक प्रोटोजोन से एक मछली के रूप में विकसित हुआ, जो पहला इनकारनेशन था. दूसरा इनकारनेशन जब पानी के जीव से जलचर थलचर दोनों बना, ये दूसरा कॉन्शियसनेस का दूसरा इनकारनेशन था. तीसरा इनकारनेशन था जब वो थल पे रहने लगा, जब जो चेतना थी वो समुद्र से निकल करके वो पृथ्वी पर आई. पृथ्वी जो समुद्र में, चेतना जो समुद्र में डूबी हुई थी, वो पृथ्वी पर आई. फिर उसका अगला इनकारनेशन हुआ जब दिमाग एनिमल का था, शरीर मानवों का था. जब शरीर तो डेवलप हो गया, लेकिन दिमाग जो था, जो हेड था, वो जानवरों का था. उसके बाद आगे का डेवलपमेंट है जब वो वामन अवतार लिए. इंसान तो छोटा था, ताकत तो कमजोर था, छोटा सा इंसान जो कि वो त्रिलोकपति होता चला गया. तीनों लोक तक उसके पैर पहुंचते चले गए. ये आप इन कथाओं से उस रहस्य को निकालिए, उन रहस्यों को निकालिए, तब आपको समझ में आएगा कि ये कैसे कॉन्शियसनेस का ग्रोथ है. खैर, मैं वापस ऋषि कश्यप पे आ रहा हूं. ऋषि कश्यप, आई कम बैक टू ऋषि कश्यप एज द Diti, Aditi, Danu, and as I said, one of his wife name as Muni. Muni from human being Homo sapiens came out. One of his wife name as Krodha Vasha, the creature of Raksh. The Raksh creature came out. It is very similar to human, but they are very big in size. They have very similar structure, legs and hands like human, but they have horns in their head and they are very strong. They called as Raksh or Rakshas. And the mother of all Rakshas is Krudavashaha. Similarly, as I told you, the story has a hidden meaning. When I say different creatures, the mothers of these creatures, like the mother of all birds is Kastha, all snakes called Aristha, all the Nagas called Sursa. So it looked not like a common human story. That's why we not believe Kashyap as a common human. He's like a Brahma. He's a creator. He creates these type of creatures in the earth. The दानव, the पक्षी, the वो तरह तरह की जीव को क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. नाग, सर्प, मनुष्य, राक्षस, गाय, मछली, गरुड़, नाग, कीड़े मकोड़े, ये एंड all different species. By this way, there are 8.4 million 8.4 million species we believe in the earth. 84 लाख योनियां होती हैं. 84 लाख. It is not one, two. If I say, did Kashyap married with 1.4 million women's? 1.4 million women's? No, then it's just not like mythological story of men and women. Rather, we can say this is a story of energies, where different creatures came out with the energies. So Kashyap Rishi is not a common human. We believe him as a human, but it is the ansh of, it is a part of Brahma, Lord Brahma. That's why he is also named as Brahmansh. Rishi Kashyap is also named as Brahmansh because he is a part of Brahma, the creator. And he created the different creatures. You can see in all the creatures, some stories are very interesting. Mostly in Puranas, आदित्य, दैत्य, दानव, नाग, गरुड़, पक्षी, सर्प, मनुष्य, राक्षस, पक्षी, गाय, मछली, कीट. These are the different creatures which is very commonly you can find in a Puranas. But not only these creatures, mostly all creatures, some rishis, some saptarishis have other creatures. You see, does Saptarishi, the 7 rishis who created the different creatures, are the human? We just say them as a human, but they are not actually the human. When I was telling you the story of the father of Kashyap, who is Marichi, remember what I told you about the Marichi? मरीचि चिनगारी को कहते हैं, प्राण के चिनगारी, जो अग्नि का चिनगारी है उसको मरीचि कहा जाता है. जब बिग बैंग, जब सृष्टि क्रिएट हुआ, जो चिनगारियां निकली, उस बिग बैंग की जो चिनगारियां निकली, उस जो वो पूरा ब्रह्मांड फैला, उसकी चिनगारियों को कहते हैं मरीचि. और उसका पुत्र था कश्यप. अब सोचो, चिनगारी ना तो ह्यूमन बींग, आप मरीचि को ह्यूमन वैसे भी नहीं कह सकते, तो निश्चित रूप से कश्यप को भी ह्यूमन नहीं कहा जा सकता है. और जब मनुष्यों का जन्म ही कश्यप की पत्नी मुनि से हुआ है, कश्यप की पत्नी मुनि से ही मनुष्यों का जन्म हुआ है, तो कश्यप मनुष्य कैसे हुए? The wife of Kashyap called Muni, and from Muni all Homo sapiens, human beings came out. That's why Kashyap is not human being, because human beings are came out from the Kashyap and Muni and his wife Muni. That's why believing Kashyap as a human being is actually less understanding of the Puran. We took everything as a human and non-human. We understand only when in a story there is a human. We also believe sun has wives. Sun, look, we explain it with the sun has a wife and the horses, the 7 horses. Can we think the sun has the horses? The 7 horses can be the 7 colors, the spectrum of the sun. The 7 colors, the horses of the sun are what? The spectrum of the wavelengths of the sun, spectrum of the sun. This is called the घोड़ा. सूर्य का घोड़ा क्या है? 7 रंग होते हैं ना भाई, 7 वेवलेंथ होते हैं, अल्ट्रावायलेट से इंफ्रारेड तक. That is what the घोड़ा of the sun, the horses of the sun. But actually in telling all these things in a story way so that you can memorize everything and keep with you. All these story can memorize easily that sun is sitting on a chariot having 7 horses. The person has that much wives and they have son and daughters, and the stories, and some stories are so interesting. Especially I talk about a story of in a Garur Puran. I took long time to understand the stories of Kashyap in the Garur Puran. I'll tell you the story and I leave you to think about it. Just think about when I tell you the story, and please explore what is the meaning behind this story. I I'm going to tell you the story. So the story says that so पहले मैं एक बार I tell in English, then I will translate uh, in in English also. तो ऐसा हुआ कि जो कद्रू ऋषि कश्यप की पत्नी थी, कद्रू को बहुत सारे उसके नाग उसके जन्म मतलब वो नागों को जन्म दी। और कश्यप ऋषि की एक पत्नी थी विनता, और विनता का एक ही बेटा था जो गरुड़ बना। अब ये जो स्टोरी है मैं आप लोग को बता रहा हूं, आप लोग इसका रहस्य, मैं आपको ये होमवर्क दे रहा हूं कि आप इसका रहस्य पता करो, चिंतन करो, विचार करो, मनन करो। कद्रू जो है विनता से ईर्ष्या करती थी और किसी भी तरह से उसको नीचा दिखाने की कोशिश में लगी रहती थी। विनता को शर्त लगाने की बड़ी बुरी आदत थी। इस बात का लाभ उठाते हुए कद्रू ने विनता से शर्त लगाई। उसने शर्त लगाई कि जो उच्च श्रवा घोड़ा, जो जो इंद्र का घोड़ा है ना, जो स्वर्ग में उच्च श्रवा, जो समुद्र मंथन से घोड़ा निकला था, उच्च श्रवा घोड़ा सफेद है लेकिन उसकी पूंछ काली है। लेकिन विंता का कहना था कि नहीं, उच्च श्रवा का जो घोड़े का पूंछ है वो सफेद है। वास्तव में उस घोड़े का पूंछ सफेद ही था। कद्रू ने विंता को हराने के लिए अपने नाग, जो उनके नाग पुत्र थे, उससे कहा कि वो कुछ ऐसा अपना आकार बना करके उस घोड़े के पूंछ से चिपक जाए जिससे कि उसकी पूंछ काली दिखाई पड़ने लगे, जिससे कि वो शर्त हार जाए। कद्रू की बात मानने से कुछ नाग ने तो मना कर दिया, लेकिन उसमें वो गुस्सा होकर के जिन नागों ने मना किया, कहा कि तुम्हारे जो वंशज आएंगे वो जन्मेजय के यज्ञ में भस्म हो जाएंगे, ऐसा कुछ शाप दे दिया। तो शाप से डर करके फिर सभी नाग जो है वो उस घोड़े के पूंछ पे चिपक गए, जो काले काले नाग थे। और जब विंता ने उस घोड़े को देखा उच्च श्रवा का, तो उसका पूंछ काला दिखाई पड़ा। विंता ने अपनी हाथ मान ली और शर्त के अनुसार वो फिर उसकी दासी बन गई, कद्रू की दासी बन गई। तो बाद में जब गरुड़ का जन्म हुआ तो उसको मालूम चला कि उसकी माता ने क्यों अपनी ही बहन कद्रू की दासी बनी हुई है। तब उन्होंने कद्रू से कहा कि आप मेरी माता को कैसे, प्लीज मेरी माँ को फ्री कर दो, उसको दासत्व से मुक्त कर दो, गुलामी से मुक्त कर दो, प्लीज प्लीज आप उसको आजाद कर दो। तो उस समय सभी नाग, जितने भी उस वक्त उसके नाग, उसके बच्चे थे, उसने कहा कि हमें अमृत कलश लाके दे दो तो हम तुम्हारे माँ को स्वतंत्र कर देंगे। तो कहते हैं कि माँ की बात पूरी करने के लिए गरुड़ अमृत का कलश लेके चला आया। भले ही इस चक्कर में गरुड़ को विष पीना पड़ा था, ऐसी कथा है कि उसको विष पीना था, लेकिन स्टोरी के हिसाब से फिर उसको आजाद कर दिया जाता है। और जो उसकी मदर थी वो उस स्टोरी के हिसाब से वो आजाद हो गई। ये एक स्टोरी है जिसमें कि हम अक्सर सोचते हैं कि इस स्टोरी का हम क्या अर्थ लगाएं। भाई, विंता के गर्भ से दो ही पैदा लिया था, एक गरुड़ और दूसरा अरुण। गरुड़ जो विष्णु की सवारी बने, और अरुण जो सूर्यदेव के सारथी थे। मेरी बात को याद रखना, अरुण सूर्यदेव के सारथी थे और गरुड़ भगवान विष्णु के वाहन थे। दो ही पुत्र विंता से हुआ। गरुड़ जो है वो अपनी माता के दासत्व को दूर किया अमृत ला करके, ठीक है। और बाद में हम आपको नागवंश के बारे में भी कभी टॉक होगा तो मैं आप लोग को उस नागवंश के बारे में भी बताऊंगा कि नागवंश की क्या स्टोरी है। पर मैं ये होमवर्क आप लोग को दे रहा हूं कि आप इस कहानी का रहस्य पता करो। ये विंता और कद्रू की कहानी तो ऐसा एकदम कॉमन, दो जो क्या कहा जाए, जो औरतें आपस में ईर्ष्या करती हैं, शर्तें लगा रही हैं, शर्त जीतने के लिए उसने धोखा कर दिया। तो इसका क्या स्टोरी है? नाउ आई ट्रांसलेट इन इंग्लिश। There is a very interesting story in Garud Puran that the mother of all Naga, means all the snake creature, is Kadru, and another mother, the wife of Kashyap, which is Vinita. He gave birth of Garuda. Garuda is a, a bird. I don't know what is the English of Garuda. Uh, you may say a vulture, maybe. I don't know the real uh, translation of birds. Anybody can say the English of Garuda?
Eagle, Guruji.
Eagle. You may say eagle, but it is not actually the eagle, because Garuda have much more qualification than a normal eagle. But anyways, some supreme eagle, so some big eagle. So eagle, a type of uh, creature similar to eagle or vulture. So this is the Garuda. So so Vinta has two sons, the Garuda and the Aruna. Aruna is the uh, Sarthi. What is the English of Sarthi? Who? Chariot? Chariot. What is the English of Sarthi?
Charioteer.
Charioteer.
Charioteer. Okay. Charioteer.
Yeah.
Charioteer. The charioteer of sun is Arun. The charioteer of sun is Arun. So he has two sons, the Garud and Arun, the charioteer of sun and the Vahan of Vishnu. So this is these are two. Vinta has two very important sons. So the story of Vinta and the mother of all the snake, Kadru, is since they are sisters and married with Kashyap, and the Vinta have a habit of playing what you say challenges, and he claimed that there is a horse called named as Uchesrava. This is very interesting horse, which is you can say in Indian mythology, this horse is the horse of heaven and white color horse. So the Kadrum said that his tail, the ponytail, is black in color. But Vinta say no, it is also white, and their claim, they challenged each other and then said that who get defeated um, uh, become the servant of other. And then he ordered all the the Nagas, to go and stick with the tail, the ponytail of the horse Uchesrava, and to look at black. And then they did that, and then Vinta felt that she got defeated, and then will Vinta become servant of the Kadru, her own sister. And then the Garuda, the son of Vinta, he requested Kadrum, his auntie, that please, how you get free my mother. He asked her to bring the nectar. And then the story said that the Garuda bring the nectar, and because he had to bring the nectar, only those can eat the poison, only can bring the nectar. And he bring the nectar, and then only the uh, the her mother get free. This is the story, but this story contains lot many mysterious philosophy behind it. Just I asked everybody as a homework, tell what is the mystery behind this story. This story is look like very human story, but it is not human story actually. This is many mysteries are hidden behind it. You see, the Garudas are the enemy of snake. I give you some hints. The Garuda are the enemies of snake, isn't it? The Garuda don't have effect of poison on his body. There are so many things which is really a mysterious part of the story. So anyways, now it is your homework. You think about it. Uh, but before I get close this today's session, I want to say that there are so many stories about deities and demons, Yuddha, the war, the story of Samudra Manthan, and in stories of the Garuda Puran and Vishnu Puran, you can find out so many stories of Kashyap. But especially, I quote here some important things like Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan kya hai? When you one mountain, again, I'm little poor in English. What you say in Manthan in English? Can anybody help me to just say
It's churning.
churning, right?
Churning.
Churning of on the mountain hills.
Celebration.
Yeah, yeah, in a ocean. And when you do that, it says that Amrit, the nectar comes up. So there are so many stories of Samudra Manthan, not only one time. There are several times of Samudra Manthan happened, and in different times, different stories are associated with the Purans. So that is very interesting, and it has also very philosophical meaning also. The Samudra Manthan has a lot of philosophical meanings. So maybe in next session, I will talk about the Samudra Manthan and its philosophical meaning and what is the scientific view regarding the Samudra Manthan. And also the fight between the deities and demons are very interesting. And I also want to discuss what is the meaning of this fight? Are really this fight happens? Are really Vishnu took many incarnation because of this fight? So we need to understand this fight between deities and demons very in a very close way to understand what exactly these two creatures, the Devta and the Daitya, does it has some meaning, some virtues and curses, pap and punya? Does they have fight between each other? What does it means? So we'll discuss on this in next session. And I already today talked about the Hiranyakashyap, but many things are left on Hiranyakashyap and Narsim avatar, half head of a lion and half body, and Hiranyakashyap. These are very scientific terms. The Narsing and Hiranyakashyap, we need to understand in a great deep inside the science behind the Narsingha and the Hiranyakashyap. Also, we need to understand why we have fight with the Asur, and previous one was Danav. Danav is again not actually the Asura. They are came from the mother Danu, and this is again a prajati, a creature, similar to human Homo sapiens. I'll talk about the Danav also, why Danav become against of the Devta. Even all the Rakshas and the Gandharvas or Kinnar and Vanar are not against with the Devta, but especially the Danavis get against with the Devta. There is a story to understand all the mythological things behind it. And what exactly the meaning and what are the lessons we get. This I will talk in the next session, but the interesting part is the story of Vinta and Kadru. If you understand this story, then you will understand the whole meaning of the fight between the Daitya and the Asur with the deities, with the Devta. तो इस चीज को हम लोग, जब तक आप इस कहानी का अर्थ आप लोग नहीं समझेंगे, विंता और कद्रुम की कहानी का, जो कि मैंने गरुड़ पुराण से लिया है, अगर इसका अर्थ आप समझ जाएंगे तो आप समझ जाएंगे कि देवता दानव में और देवता और दैत्यों में क्यों युद्ध हुआ, क्यों होता रहा युद्ध, इसके पीछे क्या कहानी है। इसलिए ऋषि कश्यप को समझने के लिए हम लोग एक सेशन और लेते हैं। नेक्स्ट गुरुवार को हम लोग इसको और डिटेल में समझेंगे। If anybody has any type of question, you can ask me. We have just 3-4 minutes left. So if you have any question, you can ask. Nobody has question? Good. Everyone is very intelligent. ठीक है, आप लोग और थोड़ा सा अध्ययन करो, थोड़ा मनन करते हैं, पुराण को थोड़ा सा खींचते हैं, समझते हैं कि पुराण क्या है, उसको कैसे समझें, उसके गहरे में कैसे उतरे। तो आज इतना ही। आप सभी लोग को प्रणाम, नमस्कार।
प्रणाम
प्रणाम।
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Namaste, Guruji.
Pranam, Guruji.
प्रणाम।
Thank you very much.
Pranam.
Thank you. Pranam.